your heart, 'cause that's how you stay on par. Oh, yeah. No need to raise the bar when you're feeling low. Oh, you gotta breathe, 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 breathe. Let it go and let it be, be, be. Yeah, I hope that you're listening. There's only one thing you know you gotta do. That's breathe.
Breathe. Everybody breathing. I'm singing along. Everybody come on in. It's time for Wellness Wednesday. I am your host, Tracy Berry McGee, also known as Divine T.
And I am your co-host, Yolanda Langford, and they call me still Lady Yo.
Lady Yo on the Wednesday. Oh,
Yeah, it is a Wednesday. You know, it's funny when the song started playing, I was like, boy, that song speaks to us, because sometimes you have quite a day.
yeah.
And you just have to remember to breathe. Hey, y'all, I see you in the chat. Make sure you remember to breathe.
Yes, we got to remember to breathe, because that's what keeps us alive and going and well. We want to welcome everybody to the Own Your Now Wellness Wednesday. We got a lot of people in the chat, and we want you all to start sharing, but we got to just talk to everybody for a minute and see who's popping up. I see Robert is here with us. Hey, Robert, how are you? What's in your cup? What you sipping on?
Yes, indeed. And you see, we have the Elani Campbell in our house.
Where have you been, friend?
Twin.
Where have you
Have
been?
you been? Look, Tracy, last week I got a couple phone calls about my singing. So, you know, I might need to calm it down a little bit.
You know what? It's all right. You know, maybe if we have to, we might have to let Michael give you a couple of tips, y'all. We do have Michael B. Witt in the house today. So you all going to get a little country.
Yes, yeah, you know, I'm excited about that, because I'm country from head to toe, born and raised on a working dairy farm. So I heard country music all my life. And very few people know this. My hometown is called the cowboy capital of the world.
Really? Y'all got a lot of little tidbits about your small town.
Yes, I guess it's per square inch. We got the most cowboys or something. We have a large rodeo there every year. So hey, hee-haw.
So did you ride horses and all kind of stuff like that?
Yes, I do know how to ride bareback and with a saddle. I prefer a saddle. But yes, I can ride a horse. I can do all of those things. Yes, I can milk a cow. That's always the question people ask me. Yes, I can. I mean, I haven't done it in quite some time, but I think it's, you know, something I can go. It's just like riding a bicycle.
Well, you know, we're doing a retreat this weekend, and a lot of the ladies are going to be horseback riding. So I'm looking forward to it. They have like the mountain and they have the valley. So we'll have to talk to Michael more about that. If any of you are looking for mentors or needing to make sure that you be a mentor, we have Robert Hughes in the house as well, y'all. And so he's going to be giving us some tea, big brothers, big sisters. And we got Dr. Sunshine Eccles, and everybody's tapping in with us. Girl, look, I saw the Danielle Elizabeth.
Hey, girl.
We ain't seen you in a minute. We got
your aunties are so proud of you. You are out there making it happen. The PR plug, baby. You are it.
Adriana is in the house. Everybody's tapping in, and we want you all to continue to tap in, because we got all kind of cool exclusives for you all. Lady O, I got to ask you, what you sipping on? What's in your cup?
Well, honey, it is the eve of opening day, which is a holiday in my household. All my children will be home and at opening day. So it's always very exciting for our big blended family to get together. So what's in my cup? Because I am celebrating champagne.
Woo, you better.
Yes, I'm excited. It's so nice. Not only do our children get together, but they get to see kids that they grew up with, like their dads played baseball, or because the alumni comes back. So it's so nice just to see everyone. Some of them are still single. Some of them are married with children. Some of them are playing sports themselves. So it's just nice to see the kids that were babies. Now we get to see them as adults.
Grow up. That's what. I'm glad that they grow up.
Hey, look at Mr. Parker's in the house. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of what's in your cup, let me tell y'all something. So last week was like the opening for baseball, period.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the opening. And boy, do we have some exclusives. But last week, you know what Nate brought home? Okay, I had the cherry lemonade, the backflip.
Yes.
I had the grapefruit, and then we took some to Grandpa Odell. Like, hey, it's good.
Thank you. I will pass that on.
But you know, y'all, I'm sipping on some wine in my 314 Day cup because we're celebrating so many things 314, especially tomorrow and always. So yeah, that's what I'm sipping on.
I
Yeah.
love it. And you know what, Tracy? You look beautiful. I love your hair. And you know, you're always switching up styles on me. So I'm always like, okay, what style is Tracy going to have today? We love it. And you look beautiful. I love your hair and the color.
Thank you. Thank you. This is my natural color with the gray coming in. Gray, I used to say was so disrespectful, y'all, but now you know what? It sparkles, it sprinkles. Okay. It's part of the eclipse. All right.
Oh my goodness. Everybody is getting ready for the eclipse. It is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, you know, St. Louis, we may not even be able to see it. This weather is just so iffy, so you just never know. You never
Oh my goodness. I am grateful though that Sunday, Easter Sunday was beautiful. It was sunny. My tulips were dancing in the yard and the kids had a great time. My kid came home, my college niece, and she brought some friends home with her. And honey, let me tell you something about college kids. They can eat.
They can eat. They can eat. I'm so glad everybody out my house. I don't know what to do. I really don't. But I'm glad that Easter, we had a great time for those who celebrate Easter.
Yes.
My kids, my grandkids, they did the eggs and all of that. And so they also know the real meaning. So all of that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what, girl? I have to see a picture of that granddaughter of yours. I know she was cute. I know she had something on, a little dress on. You have to send me a picture.
Did you remember them days when Easter Sunday came around and they made us little kids put on them tights, them itchy tights, and all
Hey,
them?
look, and you had to say an Easter speech.
Yes, all of that. I'm so glad I'm so glad we passed pantyhose. I don't even all of that stuff, girl. Yeah. So yeah.
You know what, Tracy? I like pantyhose. Hey, ladies, pantyhose or no pantyhose? Put it in the chat.
See, let us know. Pantyhose or no pantyhose. But wait a minute. So at the end of the day, as long as you're cute, that's all that matters.
And you're comfortable.
Hats and stuff. Did you dress up for Easter?
Ooh, Sunday?
Yes.
Of course, yes. And I was just at home. I will tell people I don't go to church on the holidays because it's always so crowded. But yes, I dressed for the occasion. But as a kid, did I dress? My mother made sure, honey, I was a shining star because I had a long Easter speech.
Right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, for me, it was what they say. It was the food for me. Of course, you have good food on Easter Sunday. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to our first guest, y'all, because one of the things that we know that is important in our community is having a mentor. I know for me, growing up, a Black girl in St. Louis, Missouri, I didn't have a lot of mentors. My mentors came from the books I read. I always tell you all, my mentors was, Maya Angelou and Nikki Giovanni and my love for poetry. But then that librarian at the Academy branch became a mentor. And of course, I have mentors today, but we literally are talking about mentors for males. Who do we have coming up right now, Lady O?
Well, we have the one and only Robert Hughes. Robert is a seasoned professional with dedication to youth and community development. He's the director and development for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Eastern Missouri. There he is. Hey, Robert.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
We are well, and we are excited because you're going to give us a little tea about what you got going on over there at Big Brothers and Big Sisters. But before we get started, what you sipping on? What's in your cup?
Just room temperature H2O. Just a little water right now.
Yeah, water is a wonderful thing. It is. Let me say something. I have water too. Cheers, my brother.
Hey, everybody, welcome Robert. Robert, they say that St. Louis has the best water. That's what I hear.
It is. Mine is actually St. Louis water, for real, for real.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know what? Let's talk about St. Louis. Robert, I mean, like you, when it comes to recruitment and development, you're the man, especially with what's going on right now. Tell us your why. Tell us a little bit about Big Brothers Big Sisters, first of all.
Sure, sure. So Big Brothers Big Sisters been around for decades and decades, over 100 years, and um, as the times have changed and the community has changed, Big Brothers and Big Sisters are changing with the times as well. So we have a lot of youth that are underrepresented. You know, our Black children looking for mentors, looking for opportunity, looking for access and representation of themselves. So uh, came up with this great idea to be appealing to our culture, right? And that's to do Black 365, right? So for 65 days, Big Brothers Big Sisters allocates a lot of resources, a lot of energy into just getting Black mentors, especially Black men. So in 65 days, we'll get 300 applications to be mentors to our youth.
And so you're looking for men. Is it
We,
strictly men at this point, or men
no,
and women?
no, we're looking for African American people that love our children, love our community, and that see the need for youth development in a positive way. Now, especially men. So, just a real quick tidbit: in 2022, we had approximately 34 Black men want to be mentors through Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we know we care about our community. We know we care about our kids. So we instituted this last year. So this is the second season of this. We instituted it last year, and the response was awesome, right? So we did 166 applications last year.
Wow.
Uh, we will hit 300 this year with the help of all your viewers and the community. We will reach 300, and it's just going to help our kids and be impactful for our children, and hopefully make St. Louis that much more positive and better.
Yes. Now, when people say, "Oh, I want to be a big brother, big sister," you know, they say, "Well, I have my own life, and I might have my own kids." What is it that a time frame, or what you're asking them to commit to?
Sure. So we asked them for a 1 year commitment. Many of them just go throughout the duration of each other's lives because you build that bond. But 1 year, uh, 2 times a month for 2 hours, so a total of 4 hours a month, and that includes drive time. And you could take them to the store with you, go to the movies, go to the car wash, and that comes up a lot. But just spending time and investing a bit of your lived experiences and your journey through this experiment of life with your little, and you'll get something back. They always got something to give back because they're joyful people.
During my research, I did hear that even because some people don't have an imagination, and most people think, well, I really don't do anything big. I really don't know if they'd be interested in what I'm interested in. You will help them to develop things to do. Like you may have coupons to go to the zoo or coupons to go to the baseball game. So they're not just there on their solo. You will help them to develop
Oh, yes.
ideas and things to do.
Oh, yes. We have match events, right? So, um, for example, April 29th, I believe it is, Chicken Pickle. They've donated a couple of hours for some of our matches to go out there and enjoy themselves. We do several things throughout the month in the way of match events. But another good thing about what Big Brothers Big Sisters does, which kind of separates us in a way because it's our secret sauce. Um, our matching process is very intense, right? It's very serious because if you like Star Wars, we want to make sure we find somebody like Star Wars. We want to make sure that we match you in a space to where you have something in common. So there's that reciprocity piece where you can get something back and it just stays and sticks. So there'll be so much stuff to do, and we have a lot of great people that support these matches. So if you ever are running out of ideas and your imagination isn't there right at the moment, we'll be able to help you.
Awesome.
One of the
Awesome.
things that I'm looking at your sponsors, of course, the 314 Day Foundation and
Mhm.
Nitty and Man Up, and Elizabeth, like this is what community looks like. And I think that it's important that we are very strategic. And I like that you said specifically, we're looking for male role models for our young Black men. I mean,
Yes.
let's be real.
Mhm.
Renell was a mentor to my son, and the fact that it showed him the value of mentoring. This is what community is all about. Speak to that need a bit more in regards to the age gap, because I know that oftentimes our men feel like there's this long application process, and we want to know, like, will I be accepted? But
Sure.
it's something about bringing another man. When you have events and a boy has his dad and a mentor that's
Absolutely.
there for life, a coach, the barber, the dealer at the bar, at the what was I calling the dealer? And I don't mean dealer in a bad way.
Mhm.
The car dealership owner.
Yeah, yeah.
Frazier is a car dealership owner. He's been a mentor to my son. So different people who can bring those different perspectives. Talk to us
Sure.
about that.
Sure. And I'm glad you brought up Renell, right? So you brought up Renell, you brought up the partners. This is all by design, right? These are people that have shown up for the community consistently and want to collaborate. And it's crazy because I reached out. Nobody said, okay, well, what's in it for me? Or no, everybody, okay, where we go next? It's been smooth from Keith Harris to Wayne Haley, but Renell is one of my best friends. We grew up together. Been friends since we're 6 years old, and we have a collective of friends, and it's a group of successful Black men that we had mentors, and we had those Black male role models and those Black men in our neighborhood that you weren't going to fall. You might slip, you might stumble, but you weren't going to fall. So it's extremely important to bring these collaborations together and make sure that we go together, and that we bring these children with us. I'm so glad you brought that name up. He's an excellent person, and he supported this from day one. This is the element that Big Brothers Big Sisters is needing. Yes, not everybody gets picked, and we understand that. And there's still ways that you can support, and there's still ways that you can volunteer, and there's still ways you can show up in community and show up for these children. Their development is valuable to where we go next, right?
Yes.
Because we're not going to be in the forefront forever, and we need to pass that baton to people who can continue to pass that baton to people who can continue to do it. And so if you don't get picked as a mentor, right, and that happens from time to time, we still want to invite you into what Big Brothers Big Sisters does. And that's that's one of the great things about where we're going as an agency is come with us. If you can't do one thing, we have plenty to do, because in this city there's plenty to do.
There's plenty to do. Tell everybody again, like, so how can they find out about the event?
Sure.
It's a free event. I saw Elizabeth Danielle, y'all. It's free. So come on out, y'all. You know what? I'm going to challenge people, brothers and sisters, but especially the brothers. If you go, bring someone with you.
You better.
Absolutely.
Tell everybody, how can they find out about the event?
Okay, so the event is Saturday, April 6th, from 1 to 4. Like you said, it's free. And when I say free, the bar is open. Uncle Nearest is a sponsor. DJ Cut is spinning.
Love us some DJ.
Was he on last week? DJ Cut was on last week.
Yep. DJ Cut will be there. We'll have food. The food is free. The entry is free. All you have to do is go to our Eventbrite page, go to our website, www.bbbsemo.org, RSVP, and come. Just come. We're not going to talk your ear off. I'm going to say a couple of words in the beginning. I'm going to thank you at the end. But it is a party with a purpose, day party with a purpose. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to network. You're going to see some people you may have not seen in a while. But we're just going to have a good time and really party for a purpose.
I love it. Well, you know what? It just warms my heart, Tracy, because the work Tracy and I, especially Tracy, girls and women, she's fighting for us in the community. She's uplifting us in the community and empowering us. And to see a brother that is doing something similar is just amazing, because our kids need this. They deserve it.
Yeah, they deserve it. They deserve it. And I wanted to ask you really quickly, because I love when this kind of stuff comes up. Is this for representation for the city and the county? Because this is Eastern Missouri, correct?
Yes. So we cover St. Charles, St. Louis, and Cape Girardeau. For this particular campaign, though, it is for the St. Louis area, city and county. We have a lot of the kids on our waiting list, but believe it or not, is right up under 600, and we had to close the waiting list for now,
Oh, wow.
are out of the county. So this is for Black people. This is for Black people to come together. We say a lot. What are we going to do with the youth? How are we going to help the youth? This is an opportunity to do for and help the youth and come together with some outstanding people who share in the same mission, align, and be thankful that we have the resources allocated to us to do this, especially for the next 65 days, the way we want to do it, the way that supports our culture.
Yeah, and the time is now. So I need you all to make sure the Eventbrite is up. Danielle is in the chat. So you all please share some more. Let some people know where we need to be this weekend, because they're partying with a purpose, and then the beat continues. It does continue. And anytime you want to come on, please do so.
Thank you.
We do have a final question for you. We got to ask you that wellness word of the day. What is that word for you?
Grace.
Yes.
Grace.
Sure is Renell's best friend. He sure is one of Renell's good friends. Talk to us about grace, brother.
Hopefully you're aware of self, right? And if you're not, that's the energy you really need to apply to your life. But even when we're trying to do our best and we're looking for opportunities and ways to be better, we might still fall short. I spoke earlier about the men in my neighborhood. They never let you fall. We stumbled a lot, growing up and being knuckleheads, but we never failed. And it was the grace that they offered us to be there to make sure that we didn't hit that ground. And grace is just something that we all need to offer each other. It creates positive energy. It creates positive vibes. And when you're walking positively, you can accomplish a whole lot more.
Oh man, you said it.
That's it.
Continue to do. We want to thank you for coming on. I was even we got Dr. Eccles coming up, Dr. Sunshine, and Michael B. Witt. He got some exclusives. He literally was in the chat saying like, yes, I'm in. And that's what community looks like. So this is just the beginning of a movement that you've probably been doing most of your life. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey, what I always say, Tracy, we gonna be all right.
We better. If we don't take care of our own, who will? Period.
That's it.
So I don't know about y'all, but I know the value of women and girls and the mentors that have shown up in my life and shown me what sisterhood looks like. And I know what it looks like for my son to have had mentors. And my husband talks about the team, like that approach to brotherhood. And so, hey, we're going to be all right.
Yes.
We really are. I thank him for that. Everybody, I hope you all are sharing. The beat keeps going, and we're ready to keep this party going as well. Lady O, who do we have coming up next?
Well, you know what? I just like her. I guess it's a nickname. We have Dr. Michelle Eccles, and they call her Sunshine. I love that. She has a degree from the... I'm sorry, what you say?
I told them to put Sunshine in the chat.
Yeah, put Sunshine in the chat. She's a University of Kentucky graduate, a Doctor of Social degree in May of 2023. Services provided by Dr. Eccles include teens, couples, substance abuse, and family therapy. Bring her on up, Tracy.
Woo! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever someone's listening to this, they're going to need to hear everything that you bring. Even though the sun is going down, you are still bringing the sunshine.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hello, ladies. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate being here again with you.
Hey, it's all about making sure that wellness, opportunity, knowledge, and empowerment. That's what it's about. Everybody's saying, hey to you, sis, what's in your cup? What do you?
Yeah. So it is Wellness Wednesday. So I have water. We have to flush our system and be one with nature. So water is in my cup.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Well, talking about our systems, and that leads to who we are and our minds, our bodies, our souls. Talk to us about what you do, Sunshine.
So by trade, I'm a therapist, but I like to tell people that I am a wellness broker because I teach people how to exchange their time and money how in order to be well.
Hold on 1 second. Y'all put wellness broker in the chat. Girlfriend, I've heard a lot of words, but wellness broker, I like it. Go ahead on.
Yeah, so we are often taught to survive, and when we learn how to be well, we learn how to thrive. So that's my goal for people that I reach.
What we say? We are in this. We have always been in this mode of survival.
Mm-hmm.
But when we thrive, we're better for it. Wellness broker, y'all. I love it. I love it. This is it. So when you talk about making sure that the family is taken care of, from the teens to the couples, substance abuse, the family, talk about the value of being a whole person, like what it means for self-care for ourselves.
So, they always tell you that you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So we're always giving and giving and giving. And a lot of times we don't focus on ourselves and putting back into the foundation. So it is very important that we learn how to be well, what that looks like for us, because it's not the same for everyone. What you need is different from everyone else. So focusing on making sure that you are good and that you're replenished in that process of trying to save the world.
That's it.
You know what? We always say when you do that, people can sip off the saucer. Often all of us, we pour into other people, but it gets depleted. But you need to fill your own cup up.
Mm-hmm.
And when it overflows, you give that to the other people, because you have to be whole. And you have to, whether you're single, married, children, no children. And you said something, wellness looks different for everyone.
Everybody. Yeah, it does.
Now, when you talk to the teens, what is it like a foundation that they come to you and say, this is it bullying that they're concerned about? Is it how they're going to be as an adult? What are some of the concerns of the teens?
It's a little bit of everything, but honestly, a lot of times it is the household. There are a lot of household issues and concerns with their parents. Parents are working overtime, they're absent, they're not listening. So it's just a lot of things that they're missing at home that they're looking to get. And that's why we see a lot of these behaviors that we're experiencing.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Being a therapist, I see that with our teens, and oftentimes I have mothers come in and they're like, really, please work with my daughter, fix my daughter. And I'm like, but mom, what about you? Because she comes back home to you. And so it's important that we work with the whole family. And one of the things that you have manifested is that you want to open up a wellness center
Yes.
right here in St. Louis. Talk to us about that holistic approach, because that's really important. Y'all don't worry, she's cycling, but I know she's gonna
pop back in. She's gonna pop back in. Tracy, you also work with young teens and moms. And what do you see in the community?
Well, I see that our parents are struggling. There's a lot that goes along with trying to manage social media and digital literacy. And oftentimes parents say, you know what, I'm good. I all that social media thing, I can't connect with all of that. And I told them, you need to be more present when it comes to the things that our kids are seeing, especially when it comes to all of the different areas that they connect to. At the end of the day, I think that's what mentoring looks like. When the men connect with the boys, I'm sure they're going to ask the young men, what's your social media look like? What's your Instagram page? Do you have a TikTok? I always connect with people and try to see if their personal brands connect with who they are. And that's just one tip. I do a lot, but that's one tip that we could definitely connect with the mothers and the fathers about asking their kids what the brand looks like. If you look at anybody on this page with us, from Eliani with STL Biz to Danielle to Renelle, Robert, Michael coming up, they're a brand. And if you go to their pages, you will see that that's what connects them. Dr. Eccles is a brand. When you see her, the first time that I met her was a book that we were a part of with Precious, and it was called Behind the Desk. And baby, she brings it. She's a brand. And as a result of that, the parents that we connect with, that's one of the things we could talk to them about is how do their kids represent. You remember when kids grew up and they said, that's one of them Jones's kids. Because you know, your mama gonna straighten you out, or the community gonna straighten you out. And that's
correct.
Is straightening out our community. So Dr. Eccles, we're glad you're back. And we were just talking about what it looks like to be a safe space for our kids, for our families, for our community. But speaking of all of that, man, you got a marriage retreat coming up. And oh gosh, she disconnected. And I want her to come back to be able to talk about that. A wellness retreat coming up for couples, right? She in and out. Y'all know that the internet be busy, don't it?
And it is busy, but you know what, Tracy? While we're waiting on her to come back, talk to us a little bit about the retreat you have coming up this weekend.
Oh wow! So
hold on, y'all. Let me give a little sunshine on my girl Tracy. Her event is sold out.
Sold out. I think that we need to continue, and I appreciate that myself and Montrese. We got Coach Aziza is going to be a part of it. We got a lot of people because wellness is not just a buzzword. It's something that's needed.
Yes.
And I'm glad that we're doing it for women. We've done them for girls. We'll continue to do more. And yeah, it's sold out because there's a need, and we got to continue to address the need, just like mentoring is a need. And y'all know what? We don't give up. We keep bringing them back and forth. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. I am so sorry.
Nice.
No worry, no apologies needed. We just need to know the information. Tracy, get led into, you have a retreat coming up, a marriage retreat. Talk to us all about it.
Yeah, so in the process of my therapy with mostly teens and couples, I have found out that the foundation isn't solid. So my focus is to strengthen families and strengthen couples so that I can heal families. So the goal is to have a retreat for married couples that are engaged, and couples that are dating but aspire to be married. It's going to be here in St. Louis. It's Labor Day week.
Hold on. Give that list again. Married couples.
Our married couples, our engaged couples, and our dating couples who aspire to be married.
Look at there.
That's it. I love it. Look, Adriana says, I think I love my spouse marriage retreat, Labor Day weekend. Look at us. Talk to us about why that's so important, all the couples.
Well, when I was looking for things for couples to support them in the process of just like having positive events to go to, there really wasn't anything in St. Louis that was catered towards married couples. It was like the single crowd and the dating crowd, but nothing specifically for married people. You would get some events here and there. But when I looked for retreats, we didn't have any marriage retreats here. And I was like, you know what? It's time.
Mm-hmm.
It is time. And I like the fact that you said this is not just for the married couples, because we all need each other. I remember a time when we used to talk about, I feel like I'm sharing my age, like over 50, but you know, when things would go down and people want to keep the couples together and they have the parties and stuff, we like, no, y'all
play spades, girl, and you'd whisper, they'd whisper, girl, now you know
that's
y'all love each other. And you know, it wasn't, girl, if that was me, I'd be right. It was a different foundation. So I love that Dr. Eccles is getting back to that support, not the tearing apart of, but the support of. We need our families.
We need that. I can't wait. Look, that wellness center, it needs to happen, and it will happen, because we know that you all about making sure that you take care of the business. That's what it's all about. Tell everybody again about the Safe Space STL Retreat. How can they find out more about it?
So you can go to www.safespacestl.com/events. And registration is open. The cost for attendance will cover both people in the couple there. It will cost your stay. So your hotel stay will be covered. All of your food will be covered. All the events will be covered. There's going to be a sex therapist there.
Hold on. What you say?
There is going to be a certified sex therapist there. A lot of us, when we get married, sex just isn't the same anymore. So she's going to help us kind of get back in tune with mentally and physically some things that we need to do in order to spice things back up.
Ooh, there's some grown folks stuff, y'all.
How did look, y'all probably gonna need some country music as well, but
So there's also going to be dance lessons for us there. We're going to have a dance instructor come in and going to teach us a sexy dance routine so that, we can have a good night. We're going to have a nice special date night dinner that's followed by a nice sexy dance class.
So I think I Love My Spouse, marriage retreat, August the 30th through September 1st. And you all have a Facebook group as well, right?
We do. It's called I Think I Love My Spouse.
That's simple. Y'all can just right there.
So you all go ahead and join in if you are interested. Registration is live. You all are able to get tickets. You don't want to miss out because there is limited registration.
Yes. Alex says we must stop feeling like the way that we were. What does it say?
Ways was wrong. Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, Alex, how you doing, Grand Fam?
I think that's important. Hey, I just want to shout out. Look, we almost coming up on 30 years. We're at year 29 and keeping it live. And I think that that's what it's all about. So, hey, we're going to keep this thing rolling, sis. Anytime that you want to come on, and you probably need to come back on because, we be forgetting. We preparing for tomorrow.
Okay.
All
yes,
right.
Tomorrow is a big day.
Big day. And then we're preparing for this weekend where we got mentors. So where you pop back in so we can make sure that we let people know. Because sometimes St. Louis is being last minute. We got a whole lot. Look, we had Mrs. Lydia Caesar. She gonna be here this week. There's just so much that happens over and over again.
Yeah, she's gonna be here next weekend. I think it's next weekend.
Right. We have
to the 12th.
Stuff over and over again. So again, tell everybody the website, how they can find out.
It is safespacestl.com/events and registration is open.
All right.
Well, before you leave, our sunshine, tell us your word of the day.
It is spring.
Yes. Tell us why spring, because I don't know what April is. What is April doing?
I actually just posted this on my Facebook either yesterday or the day before, but spring is a time of season of growth or development. And I really feel like that is a good way for us to start and begin healthy habits that we say we want. We need to just go ahead and spring it into action.
Bring it into action. That's right. Well, we're doing that right now. We're going to continue to do that. Keep bringing the light, sunshine, and we'll see you back again real soon.
Yes. Thank you, beautiful ladies.
Thank you.
You.
She is all her name, honey. Sunshine.
I was about to say the same thing. She really is.
The funny thing is my elementary school secretary, we had an elementary school secretary. She used to call me Sunshine.
Did she?
Did. I've just been over here just thinking about her name was Mrs. Ball.
That's it. You are sunshine. Look at your smile. Even on the rainy days, you still
you're sweet. Thank you.
That's true, girl. We know. Look, you know how people say I'm a little bit of country and I'm a little bit of rock and roll. Like right now, we really when it comes to our artists, we shining. We bring hits, okay? And I don't know, before y'all, just so y'all know, Michael B. Witt, I already went to his TikTok and everything. He is really so St. Louis and he's real country.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Because Lady O, you already told us you know how to ride a horse.
Yes, let me tell y'all something. So I know authenticity when I see it because I was born and raised on a farm. And when I met this young man, let me tell you, I didn't even have to meet him. I was chasing people down like, do you know Michael B. Witt? How can I get in contact with Michael B. Witt? And God is good. I knew some people he knew and they connected us and I was able to meet him in person. And I'll tell you what, he has an exclusive. This young man is an American country singer, songwriter, and producer. He is renowned for his musical genius, hailing from Centerville, Illinois. His early exposure in music, coupled with natural talent, led him on a remarkable journey. He has been with Grammy nominees and winners such as Static Major and Joe Capo. Hey, he's an owner. He's been on our show before. And I'll tell you what, this young man is going to go far, and this is not a fad for him. So I want St. Louis to put their arms around our very own country singer, Michael B. Witt.
Hello, hey, what's up, y'all?
What's
How y'all
up?
doing out there in those airwaves?
Hey, family. Hey, owners. Say hello to Michael B. Witt. This is the man. Before we get started, because I'm so very excited. What's in your cup, brother?
That's right.
I would say God's best, but no, I'm sipping. I'm preparing for the moment, y'all. I got just some lemon ginger tea. Y'all. I'm trying to keep my pipes good and warm.
And we're gonna give that exclusive in a minute. So
Yeah,
lemon
absolutely.
ginger tea. Hold on. If I drink lemon ginger tea, can I sing me, 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 me? Oh, no? Oh, okay.
It does it for me. It might do it for you. Look, I can't say. So yeah.
I'm looking at I have family from Centerville, and we all gonna be your cousin in a minute. Just people don't know. When it comes to being an American country singer, when did you start? Talk to us about your journey.
Okay, well, I've always loved country music. As Lady Yo mentioned, she could kind of sense, she could smell the country on me the first time she saw me. I just come from a steeply rooted country background. I come from a family that came up from the South, from Mississippi. Something else that I shared with Lady Yo. My grandfather came up from Mississippi, and he brought a lot of the country elements with him once he moved the family to Centerville. And my father, they all and his siblings, they all grew up there on a farm in Centerville, and we just carried that tradition over. It trickled down to me. I got a little bit of city in me, so obviously as it goes down, it dilutes a little bit, but I got a lot more city mixed in with the country, and I think that's something, as we kind of talk along through the interview, it'll kind of explain a little bit more about who I am and the amalgamation that I am, at the mixture of who I am. So,
and
yeah,
it's good to have a mix. That Tracy said, I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll. I've got a little bit of Memphis, Nashville, a little bit of Motown in my soul. Don't know
all
if it's
that.
good or bad. That's song. I love it. And so
All that.
country, let me tell you something. Beyonce said it. Black people have always had country music.
Always been there. We've always been there.
We've always had country music. And so when we see someone who looks like us singing country, we sometimes think, well, how is he country? You know what? If you listen to the songs that our ancestors sang, they were storytelling songs. And that's a lot about country music. When did you decide, I'm going to strictly go country? Because some people start in church, then they go secular. Some people start in R&B, then they go gospel. When did you decide?
I completed that complete path, what you just mentioned: church, R&B, church, gospel, R&B, and then eventually found my way into country music professionally 6 years ago. But along those lines, I'd always still been singing country music, always still been singing the gospel, because the hymns, as you mentioned, those are intertwined with country music. Some of the first country songs were by the Carter family, and they were mixed in with hymns that they learned from Black reverends and Black preachers back in those days. So country music, I started to take it very seriously 6 years ago during a pivotal moment. Once my sister passed, she wanted me to do music that was more authentic to who we were and kind of told stories. So I decided to take up that in her honor and represent her through country music.
I love that. I love that.
Just thinking about and when I was looking at your bio, I mean, you had this success on the billboards, and you said you went from football to the microphone. Okay, my husband loves country music, but he also loves football. And thinking of the mentors, Robert talked about so many different types of men. What artists inspired you to go from, because people feel like you can't play football and be an artist, but you did it all. Talk to us about that journey.
Oh, that was strange coming up in junior high, elementary, and high school, playing sports, and football being my first love growing up. What I would do actually would be I would be the one singing the national anthem, which is a full circle moment for me. I would be there singing the national anthem in full in full uniform, jersey, pads, helmet, and all, and singing right before we had to go out there and play 4 quarters, yo. And so that was interesting. So I had the space where I was a bit of a jock, and I had the space where I was a choir geek, so I was able, that kind of helped mold who I am today, because I was able to kind of navigate through each community inside of like the school system. I could hang with the musicians, I could hang with the popular kids, I could hang with the jocks, I could hang with the basketball, football players. So it all kind of helped stir and turn me into the person that I am today. So
and that is wonderful. And you almost let out my exclusive. So let me tell y'all something. This young brother has a song called Red October.
Yes.
And when it was sent to me, and I just start emailing people. This needs to be the Cardinal Rally song. He needs to be somewhere where all the Cardinal fans could hear this. I mean, I was calling people. So I have an exclusive.
Yeah.
Can I say it?
Drum roll, or do we need a guitar?
Drum roll, guitar. When you come to the game tomorrow, the national anthem will be sung by the Michael B. Witt.
Yeah, that's me. We're gonna represent y'all. We're gonna represent. That's why I'm on this tea heavy. I don't want to let y'all down.
Oh, you can never let us down. Let's talk about the song Red October.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, before we talk about it, talk to us about when you got the call that yes, because I seen you preparing, walking out there and for your rehearsal today. Talk to us about that call.
It was a surreal moment, because as I mentioned to you all earlier in the interview, that I started doing country music professionally at the moment when my sister passed away. So to my surprise, there was someone that was working inside of the Cardinals organization that also received, I don't know if this was Lady O that did this or was passing it around, but she received my music. She looked me up and found out that we both found out right around in that same moment. And I kind of get emotional just thinking about it, because I see God's hand moving through the whole ordeal.
Yes.
Come to find out that the person that heard my record was friends with my sister that passed. And when she moved up from Mississippi, my sister was her first friend when she moved to St. Louis from Mississippi. So yeah.
Man,
Yeah, all right. So that chokes me up.
Tell you, that's God right there.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So she called me on the phone and she said, I'm trying to figure out how to have this call with you without crying. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, I didn't write a good enough song. That song ain't that good to make her cry. That song is not good enough to make her cry. It's pretty good, but it's not good enough to make her cry. And then her next phrase was, "You're Toya's little brother." And from then on, I was no more good from the call. Everything else was a blur, and everything just kind of skyrocketed up. And she was like, "It's a no-brainer." Once I heard the record, I love the record, and we all played it in the back office in the Cardinals organization. They loved the song, and they said, "Hey, why don't we just have him come and do the national anthem?" So it was all on the whim. I sent in a demo of me actually singing and playing it, and everything just kind of took off, and that's where I am here today.
And tomorrow you will be at opening day. Okay, owners, you know I'm going to go live. So y'all need to call everybody and say, I saw this young man first on the Own Your Now show. And I'll go live so that you can hear him sing the national anthem. I'm going to post on my page, as I did when Major League Baseball opened last week, his Red October, because you know what? I really want a Red October. Let me tell you something.
Put it in the chat right now. Put it in the chat. Red October.
Red October.
You can download it now. Danielle is the plug. She is on it, y'all.
Danielle Elizabeth, yeah, she's strong with it.
Talk to us about Red October.
Red October, it is an anthemic song. I believe it's going to be what I think is St. Louis's next anthem to help rally our guys to another World Series. As people know, baseball followers and lovers alike, they know that St. Louis has a very strong and rich baseball history and tradition, full of tradition. And we have 11 World Series. We have about 23 pennants. So that's huge. That's major. There's only one team in the nation that actually even compares or has more, which is the Yankees. And so what that says, everything else is so far beneath us. So I wanted to create a song that kind of galvanizes the city, galvanizes the area, so we can rally around it and try to push the people forward. So it mentions a lot of the legends like Stan Musial. It pays homage to my favorite Cardinal of all time, which is the Wizard himself.
That's right.
The Wizard himself, who I got to meet again just the other day when he released the backflip drink, which is pretty potent, y'all. That thing will sneak up on you. It's so good. Listen, it's so good. I didn't know I was drinking vodka until
Wait a minute. My husband brought it home. I'm like, I didn't sip. I was like just gulping it. And I was like, wait.
That thing will sneak up on you now. If you ain't careful, that thing will sneak up on you.
Listen, I want to see if I can pull up a little sample of this. Let me see if I can do it right, because I want to to hear a little bit of it.
Say, wait up. Pull out. Let's go. Yo, we got all these teams trying to play us left around here. We ain't right. Let's go. Well, in my city, we don't care about your name. Since the times of the Gas House Gang, 10 plus World Series, Redbird spirit flying all over the USA. Oh, you don't like us? Okay, business as usual. The man's in the stand, so the feeling is mutual. Go and Gibson to Ozzy and Yachty. When you're talking baseball, we're the soul of the party. Oh, we them Redbirds, a whole lot of pennies hang here. We them Redbirds, gonna win the World Series this year. Sing it! Birds, let's go! Birds, let's go! Birds, we them Redbirds. Let's go! Birds, let's go!
Yeah.
Let's go, birds.
Let's go, birds, y'all.
That's it.
So
You did.
the song is laced in St. Louis DNA. You have super producer Joe Capo, formerly of the Track Boys, platinum Grammy nominated producer, amazing musical mind that co-produced it along with me. And also you have some of St. Louis's most premier musicians that are playing on the song. So you even have one of the bass players from the Dirty Mugs playing on it. So it's just drenched in musical glory. So musical honor. So yeah, I'm excited about the song.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to all the things that are happening. You know, for many of you all that have been with us from the beginning, one of the things you all don't know, and our show has been going on now since the pandemic, but it happened just out of, you know, me losing my mom and really being a therapist, wanting to fill up everybody's cup. And it just is something that when me and Lady O come together and we keep connecting to people who, even in the midst of things that we feel like pull us down, that spirit of those people bring us out. And so it's your time. God ain't playing with you.
Listen. I received that. I receive it.
Y'all. And trust me, Lady O will go live. So y'all better be ready. Because this is what it's all about. We are so thankful that you said yes to coming on. And yeah, she loves exclusives, and she will make sure she is the plug as well. So she likes to connect people. And I know that we have a lot of connectors here, but that's just who she is, especially when she can feel your spirit.
Yes.
And so yeah, that's what
part.
So we just thankful for you. We are.
I am honored. I'm honored. As I mentioned to you in the text message, from the first time I ran up on Lady O, I could just feel, you know, just the beauty of her heart just radiating. Even in the space, a crowded area where everybody was, she was still shining. And I could see, you know, that she was a special person, and we connected. She doesn't meet any strangers, but that's the country, right? Country folks don't meet strangers, you know. So she brought me in. She said, "Baby, sit at this table. Here, She shoved that Kool-Aid tasting vodka in front of my face and said, "Have at it."
I said, baby, you need you a backflip to add you a backflip in there. And I'll
Listen.
tell you what, we just had good conversation, just talking about life and love and music. And I can just see that he is true to his craft. And that is a beautiful thing to see, someone true to their craft. You know, I have to ask you, my dear Michael, we call people who come on the show like you our nephew. So nephew.
All right.
Nephew, what is your affirmation word? What is that one word that means something to you?
One word that means something to me. Could I give you two?
Go ahead.
If I start with the first one, it'll be accountability. I feel like we all need to have accountability for ourselves. And I think most importantly, I think we all need to hold a certain accountability with each other. And I think that's how we advance each other, by holding each other accountable. And I think that's how we can advance ourselves as a people. So, and the next one is I would say would be just season, like we were talking about. It's season. We're talking about a season opener, right?
Yes.
And we're just talking about walking into your season and knowing when it's your time and when it's your grace with a certain space that in a certain opportunity that no one can take from you, right? So it's your season. When it's your season, it's your season. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Nobody take it from you. Can't nobody take it from you. Everybody start dropping your affirmation words in the chat as well. You know, we are just so thankful for the time and the space. This is what wellness, opportunity, knowledge, and empowerment is all about. We're gonna have to get you over on the B side, as DJ Cut says. Definitely have you come back in again. Don't forget about us now, because you just keep growing. Look, Lady O, if it wasn't for him walking out there on that field singing, I could see him riding out there on a horse. Okay. What'd you say? What kind of car you drive?
Well, you know what? He may not ride out on a horse, but them beautiful Clydesdales will be out there tomorrow. So we will have some horses and we'll have Michael be with. He might not ride it, but they're going to be in the same space.
That's it. That's it. So thank you. Thank you for saying yes to us. And
thank you.
We're watching you all the way. All the way. That's
yes.
Thank you.
Lady O, look, I can't sing. Not one lick. Okay. So I ain't gonna even try. But I will definitely download. I'll definitely download Red October. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Yes, he sings it with all his heart. And I know tomorrow, for me, this will be my 31st opening day. And every time I hear the national anthem, it brings to mind to me that for some players, it will be their last time touching the field. For some players, it's their first time touching the field. And I can see the emotion when I look at the players. I know we're listening to a song and everyone's in salute, but I know some of them personally, and I know when I look at them and their eyes, what they're feeling, that it's more than just a song. And it's important the person that's singing the song has to feel it too. So I know tomorrow it will be an emotional day for Michael B. Witt with all those thousands of people watching. And it'll be an emotional day for many of the players who, like I said, will be their first time touching the green grass in the field and their last time. And so I'm going to be praying for Michael B. Witt that he brings it like I know he is.
Yeah.
And for the safety of all the players on both teams that touch the field tomorrow, that they will enjoy a game and be at their best. And when they walk off the field, they will still be whole. And that's what I always pray every opening day for the 31st time.
The 31st time. Hey, I love it. I love it. I'm looking in the chat and everybody's downloading it on Apple and everything. Like, this is what community is all about. And I love it. Lady O, what's your affirmation word for today?
Well, you know what, Tracy, before we do affirmation word, I'm going to give a little bit, I got to tell people.
Yeah, it's a vibe, y'all. It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. We have Herlin Riley, who will be at Jazz St. Louis, April 3rd through the 7th. Skyline Dinner Cruises return for 2024. So y'all romantic folks, go and book the Skyline Dinner Cruise. And we also have, wait a minute. Regina Bell.
That's right. That's right.
Girl, I'm gonna have to wear my waterproof mascara, because when she sings If I Could, oh my goodness. So Regina Bell and our very own St. Louis and Tim Cunningham will be performing at Harris Stowe on Saturday. So you will go out and get your tickets April 7th at 7 o'clock. So our very own Tim Cunningham, who has been on our show several times, y'all know he is the baddest saxophonist in the land. And the Regina Bell will be in St. Louis Saturday, April 7th at 7 o'clock at our very own HBCU, Harris Stowe State University.
That's it. What's your affirmation word, girl?
My affirmation word is greatness.
Greatness.
I mean, the people brought it tonight, you know, from Robert to Dr. Eccles to Michael. They're all living in their greatness. And the greatness is not about them. It's the greatness that they're given to the world. So my word is greatness.
That's it. Well, we want you all to understand that in the midst of all the things that are happening, sometimes we may fall short, but you got to give yourself a little grace. And when you give yourself a little grace, then you spring forward. Because when you spring forward, then you understand the value of what accountability looks like. We have each other's back and we have each other's front. And this is the season for us to do it. Because when we are able to walk in consistency, then we see what it means for us to show up for our young men as well as for our young women. And do trust the process, because when you have been married for so many, many years, you also have to understand the value of forgiveness. But have faith in the journey and understand that where it is that God takes you, God will make sure that you are ready because you are blessed. So make sure that you understand that this may not be October, but it will be a red day tomorrow in April. And so be magnetic and feel all that God has for you, and understand that what we have today and what we have tomorrow is all about greatness. And we want you to understand that what we do here on the On Your Now show is all about wellness, opportunity, knowledge, and empowerment.
Yes. You know what? I always tell them: peace, love, and positivity.
Remember, tomorrow isn't promised. So
own your now.
I am unstoppable. Let me hear you say, I am unstoppable.